What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to do a little look, just a simple little, like, I kind of like Valentine's Day look as well, and also slash up fresh first impressions on my Wet n Wild's new products. I hope you guys like this video, and yeah, so let's get started. Now we're gonna get started with the process. So first I'm just gonna prime my face using the Hard Candy Hydration Primer, and we're just gonna use this just to prime our faces. So we're just gonna fast forward this. Okay, you guys, so I finally primed my face with the primer. Now I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild tinted hydrator. So this is just a little tint just to tint my face. As you can tell, I have not been having sleep at times, and COVID has just been kicking my butt, and if I do like shake a little bit, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get, like, since my body is weak, I am trying to get used to this. So I'm just gonna be dotting it all over my face. I feel like this is not the color. Okay, so I'm just gonna do the half of my face. So I'm just gonna be blending it in with the beauty blender, and I just sprayed some my Fix Plus, not my matte finish, just to get a little, just to make my beauty blender a little bit wet, and just to blend it in. So this is how it looks. To be honest, it actually looks pretty good. Like, usually I do have red irritation around this like on this side of my face, but this side is actually pretty good, y'all, if y'all can tell. Like, I'm a little bit lighter here and a little bit darker here, kind of, but this tinted moisturizer is pretty light. It feels really light, honestly. So it actually does its job, and I actually think it's pretty good tinted foundation. The next thing we're gonna use is the Wet n Wild Ignonito, I can never pronounce it, concealer. Let me just open this up real quick. Okay, so we're just gonna put this in problem areas. I do have, like I said, really bad bags, and I'm just gonna put that there, a little bit right here, and a little bit at the bottom area. I have some dark spots right there, and just areas that I think that need a little bit more help, because your homegirl, like, it's not full coverage concealer, like I said, like, I mean, not full coverage tinted moisturizer. This is just more of a sheer to medium tinted moisturizer, which you can kind of tell, like, it covers up most of, like, your imperfections if you have simple imperfections. But if you have more of, like, dark spots, I really don't think that it wouldn't cover it, since it is a sheer to medium coverage foundation tinted moisturizer. And let's just see if this full coverage is pretty good. So we're just gonna check and see. I did have a red area right here on my nose. As you can tell, right here it's red. Typically it's red right there as well, because sometimes my skin does get irritated easily, and it actually covered it up. So let me just blend in everything else. Okay, so with the concealer, you can kind of tell it is a different shade than my original, like, skin tone, of course, and it looks like it's not full coverage in my opinion unless I build it up a little bit. Let me show y'all. So as you guys can tell, I'm sorry I look so white out right here, but, like, you can kind of still see a little bit more of a dark area, like up here, like I usually have. So it is an okay concealer. You guys can see, like, the half and half. So now I'm gonna do the rest of my face, and then we're gonna review the rest. But I just wanted to show you guys how it looks. Hopefully it doesn't sweat off. Okay, so I went ahead and primed my eyelids with my NARS a smudge proof eyeshadow base. I forgot to mention that all of these Wet n Wild products are under $5, so this is freaking affordable. I think the foundation was like $4.95, the concealer was $4.95, and this was like $4 something or $3 something, and this was also like $4 something, and this was also like $3 or $4 something too. So these are literally, all these products are under $5, which is amazing because a lot of products usually tend to become really expensive. Okay, y'all, I struggled to open this palette, but I'm so excited to get into it. So we're just gonna go and swatch with my fingers. So I really love it because of these glittery shades. So that's how it looks. So we're just gonna swatch. Ooh, look at that pigmentation, yo. Look at that. Let's do the morado color. So it does feel a little bit chalky, as you guys can kind of tell. Once I swatched it, it did look chalky. But I think we can work with that because it's very pigmented, as y'all can tell. Let's do this brown color. So this is literally with just a light swatch on this one. And wow. This is actually pretty good. It's pretty good pigmentation, which I would expect from Wet n Wild, because Wet n Wild does have pretty good pigmentation typically. I'm not gonna lie. I started out with Wet n Wild first in the beginning, back in the day when I first started makeup. And this champagne color reminds me of their old eyeshadow palette, Walking on Eggshells. I remember back then on YouTube that was like a very, very popular color. And where is it? It's right here. If you guys can kind of see it. I'm sorry, the lighting is so horrible, but that is how they all look. Well, some of them. So now we're just gonna start and work and see what type of eye look I'm gonna do. So yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna start with doing the eye look. So the color that I've been mostly loving is this purple shade, of course, like purple reddish color. It's so pretty. So we're gonna go in the crease, so we're gonna fast forward this. Y'all, the blending in this freaking eyeshadow is pretty good. Let me do the other eye real quick. Okay, so I know I have to fix this up a little bit because they look a little bit too high and a little bit too ratchet, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna be putting a little bit of brown in their inner corner. So and I'm gonna be using a Morphe M441 brush, and I'm just gonna be using this light brown color right there. And we're just gonna add it in the crease area, and we're gonna blend it in. Okay, so I went ahead and blended in that little brown color. I feel like it was more glittery, but we're gonna go in with the darker brown, which is right here. So this is that little like copper brown right next to that purple shade that I was using, and we're just gonna go inside. Okay, so I basically went ahead and cut the crease, so I'm gonna blend everything in again using my Sigma brush, and we're just gonna be blending in everything. Okay, y'all, so I did my brows now. I know my brows that look ghetto, okay? Okay, so now I'm gonna use my eyelash curler, and I'm just gonna curl my eyelashes. And then, why you got me? I can't be so loud, child. Okay, so now we're gonna use this baby. Okay, so this is how it looks. Packaging is pretty cute. It has the little wand and all that. I did not get waterproof, unfortunately, and this is in the color Blackest Black. Let's look at the wand. Okay, that's a little bit way too much. So this is how the wand looks. Come on, camera, focus. So it's very plumpy and all that, like to make it more voluminous. So now we're gonna try and see if it works. So let's see. Okay, so that's how it looks. This is without any. Now we're gonna do the second layer. The mascara kind of lifted it up. It kind of lifted it up, but not fully to the extent that I thought it would be really nice like it showed on the picture. So basically, but you know, every place has to false advertise. But some of them are actually true, so don't get me wrong. But this is how it's supposed to say it looks. Like before, after. Before, after. Girl, do you see that little bit? You can barely see my eyelashes. This is a thumbs down, honestly. So let me try and finish up my makeup look so I can show you guys the lippy and see if it's actually a pretty good lippy. Okay, y'all, so this is like the finished eye look. The eyeshadow, I would recommend it if you are starting out, because this will help you out with blending and all that, but it is a little bit chalky, I'm not gonna lie. But that's how Wet n Wild always is. But the pigmentation is pretty amazing. All of this is all Wet n Wild except for my eyeliner, of course, and it is really good pigmentation. So next we're going to be using is the Wet n Wild Cloud Pout Marshmallow Lippy, and this smells sweet, so let's just see how it looks on the lips. So it's like more like of a tinted moisturizer, but more of like a tinted lippy than anything. But it does feel light. It doesn't feel cakey like other lippies. So this is how it looks. It looks so brighter on camera, but I feel like it's just the lighting. But honestly, in person it's not that bright like it looks, if you guys understand what I mean. But that is the finished look. This is on Wet n Wild. The only thing that I did not use for Wet n Wild was my eyeshadow base and also my eyeliner, which was a NYX, and my powder was Maybelline Fit Me powder. But that's actually basically it. This is very an affordable look, very simple. Well, not very simple, well, a little bit more dramatic. They had a lot of different palettes, which I completely forgot to film, but the tinted moisturizer I would recommend if, like I said, if you don't have a lot of acne and all that. The concealer is okay, it's not the best, you know, but you get what you pay for. And the eyeshadow is pretty good as well. I do like how it blends, but it is a little bit cakey, of course. The mascara was a big like no, like it did not voluminize my eyelashes, if you guys can tell. Like, you guys can barely even see my eyelashes. And the lippy, I actually like. It is very like very light, and I feel like it's more like it is gonna transfer through, like, as you can tell. But let me see if it just like tints up, like if it still stays on your lip. Of course it still stays. I mean, it comes off, but I feel like every time, you know, you take it off, it's not really like a full, it leaves like a little tint in your lip once it fully comes off. But it is a pretty cute lippy color, but I'm more of a lip stain girl that likes to keep it on all day. And yeah, that is basically my review on it, and I'm sorry it kind of sounded dead. Like I said, I do have COVID, so I am kind of weak at times, and I do apologize, y'all. Like, my body hurts right now. But I hope you guys liked this video. Make sure to subscribe and like, and if you guys have any video suggestions, just comment down below. So yeah.